زين فورمها زين.
So you like Kim Kardashian?
صبوه.
من فوق رقيقة ومن تحت زين.
الله. زينة.
Okay. But Kim Kardashian is an exception. So how about this woman? Right now, she's considered one of the most beautiful women on the planet right now.
Robber show, I got chat to them, I made them chat for it. Robber, you don't know, say the one and only Nasha Robber Danger. And on this platform, we do things different. Rapperlings, we all want the best out of life, don't it? To be poor is a crime. So you find people from all over the world, from different culture, finding ways to get rid of poverty. Agree or disagree, let me know. No, Robblings, would you believe me if I tell you that in Mauritania, a country located in Africa, children are being force-fed to be fatter. So they have a better chance of getting married as young as age 12. They say to be beautiful is to be fatter. And for a female, that's the only way to have a better life. Can you believe that? Robber, straight robberlings, spree this.
This is 11-year-old Monet. She's about to be force-fed to make her fat. Her friend Hendu is joining her on a 9,000 calorie a day diet. They're growing up in a desperately poor country that's going through a devastating drought. But their moms believe fatter girls look wealthier and more beautiful, crucial when trying to attract a husband. To join Monet and Hendu, we're driving through Mauritania into the Sahara Desert. I'm soon put to work.
I hope I do a useful job.
They're preparing a special tent to force-feed the girls during the rainy season, which will last 2 months. Food is more plentiful then, but families will go without to help the fattening process.
I would make a useless nomad.
These nomads survive by keeping camels and goats. A married daughter means one less mouth to feed. Monet is only 11, but a quarter of girls in poor communities marry before they're 15. Day 1, and Tahir is preparing the first meal of the day. She's been a belaha, a force feeder, for years, but until now, she's never force-fed her own daughter. Around a quarter of Mauritanian girls are force-fed, but in rural areas, it can be as high as 3/4.
How long do they have to consume all of this? Is it all for today?
لا أول النهار وتوفي أول النهار هذا لا حكم لين يطشيه وكله هذا باسي يغبوه لين هو ذاك يولوا يشربوا عليه الزريق لين يلحق القلب.
What if you push her so hard that she ends up getting hurt? What if what you want for her isn't good for her?
والأطباء سمعنا احنا سمعوا بعد يقولوا إنه فينا مرض وهذا يلا بعد احنا نعرضه ده بدنا نعرضه.
The long-term health risks for the girls include diabetes, heart disease, and kidney failure. Tahir makes Monet and Hendu each drink a liter of sweetened camel's milk. That's followed by porridge. And then couscous. It takes the girls 2 hours to force down all the food. This is just breakfast. But each girl has already eaten about 3,000 calories, equivalent to 10 cheeseburgers. Extra weight makes girls look older, as if they've reached puberty, putting more pressure on Monet to marry young.
الرجال والعليات بيناتهم فرق. تعود المرأة قليلة شوي والراجل رقيق.
Kim Kardashian, she's meant to be, she's very beautiful and she's very curvy, she's actually big.
صبوه.
هي ابوه زين هذا هو الزين
هاي زينة شوي زينة فورمها زين
So you like Kim Kardashian?
صبوه
من فوق رقيقه ومن تحت زين
زينة زينة
Okay. But Kim Kardashian is an exception. So how about this woman? Right now, she's considered one of the most beautiful women on the planet right now.
زين يقال هي لخص بان ضيعوا اذا كان تقريض من هون يعود زين تعود كرش كبيره يعود زين
فوق
ما هي كبيره
هذه ضايعة
The women here insist men think fat is beautiful.
Traditionally, Mauritanian women have always been fat. It is a symbol of beauty here. It is a sign of wealth. But this cultural tradition also brings a lot of drawbacks. Aware of the problem, the Mauritanian Department for Women has made fighting obesity one of its top priorities.
C'est tout un aspect général.
In fighting obesity, she says, we mean to help women perform better in their daily lives, at work or at school. A fat woman, for example, is not able to go to university. Leia Minthali did not wait for instructions from the government to start paying attention to what she eats, but she's having trouble losing weight. This has to do with the fact that she was force-fed when she was young. Between the ages of 8 and 12, her mother used to give her 4 to 5 liters of milk every day so that she gained weight. This has scarred her both physically and mentally.
C'est une période difficile.
I remember I had a tough time, she says. I used to be afraid of everyone around me. I was fearful they would hit me. Everyone was allowed to hit me so that I would not vomit. At 12, Nea weighed 104 kilos. Her mother decided to get her married. She had her first child at the age of 13. But Nea's story is not uncommon here. According to a recent study, 22% of Mauritanian women were force-fed when they were young. This tradition is slowly dying, in part due to the drought in the 90s, which led many nomadic tribes to settle in big cities. But force-feeding is still widespread in rural areas. Like here in Bir El Vos. This small village was created 2 years ago when nomadic tribes decided to settle in this area. There are no houses here, only tents, as is their tradition. Every day looks the same for 9-year-old Huda. Her mother wakes her up in the wee hours of the morning to give her the first bowl to drink, 1 liter of camel milk, soon followed by another. Huda's mother takes her duty of force-feeding her daughter very seriously. She carefully repeats the method inherited from her mother and her grandmother. Milk is very good for force-feeding, she says, because it gives the skin a nice color, and it provides a lot of fat rapidly. If you give solid food, the girl will also gain weight, but it will darken her skin, and she will not grow fat as rapidly. Kuria explains that it is important to fatten out fast, the best way to get the desired stretch marks on the skin. And to fatten up fast, the girl has to drink a lot, fast, even if it means forcing her to do so. In another tent a few meters away, 7-year-old Fatima gets the same treatment. Her mother told her how important it was for her to grow fat, otherwise she would not get a husband. So Fatima tries really hard to drink the 2 liters of camel milk she was given, even though she's starting to feel sick. Vomiting is common at first, we've been told. The girl's stomach is not used to digesting such quantities of liquid. The mother has to be very cautious. 1 glass too many could burst the girl's stomach and kill her instantly. After a 5-minute pause, another bowl is given to Fatima. At first, when we make them drink a lot, they vomit, she says. That is why we use the zaya, the traditional pliers, to squeeze their fingers or their feet. It hurts, and they forget about the urge to vomit. According to statistics, 1 out of 5 girls has her fingers broken as a result of the force feeding. After the morning treatment, Huda and Fatima can enjoy a few hours of free time. They're not allowed to play outside with the other kids, but they can take as much time as they want to drink 4 or 5 liters of strig, milk with water and sugar. This helps in the digestion, but it's mostly used to keep the stomach full in order to stretch it. With dusk comes the end of leisure time. Fatima has to drink another bowl, her fourth today. This time, her mother increases the pressure on her in order to avoid her daughter vomiting. It is now midnight. Huda is woken up for one last bowl of milk. One bowl too many. Naya is an uncomfortable witness to the scene. She knows what Huda is going through, having experienced the same treatment years before. But Naya wants things to change in her country. She's created her own organization to do so. She now meets with the mothers of Huda and Fatima, listens to them, and tries to understand what motivates them to force-feed their daughters. That way, she hopes to come up with viable alternatives. We can't just stop this treatment and not replace it by something else, she says. There's no school here. And since I can't provide my daughter with a valuable diploma, I'm investing in her beauty so that she can have a better future. It is important here to make women profitable, she says. They are force-fed so they can get married at a younger age. Thus families can gain from them. Human beings seek to make things profitable. So if we help these girls go to school, they'll be able to find a job later and they'll become profitable for their families. The most urgent thing is to build a school in this village. Unfortunately for Huda, Fatima, and thousands of other little girls in Mauritania, it is still faster and easier today to give kids a bowl of milk than to build them a school.
Robber, no fear for tell them say you hear it, so remember to like, share and subscribe. Straight Robberlings.